KBO Playoffs. Should be single elimination for me. If we're holding to the KBO playoff format, should be single elimination for me. So we've got Juan on the mound for the Lions, Rue on the mound for the Eagles. And we are underway. Playoff baseball, KBO wild card underway from Samsung. Well, from Samsung Stadium. It's not Samsung City. It's just a bad habit. The line drive in the right, caught. Ha is retired. That's one down. It'll bring up Moon. Of course, they've reset all the stats. So 299, just fell under 300, but a 363 on base percentage for him, hitting second for the Eagles. Top of this Eagles lineup, pretty good. Bottom of the lineup, a little sketchy, although there were a lot of injuries. A little pop up. Moon is gone. So 2 up, 2 down here in the first. And it'll bring up Melendez, number 3 batter in the lineup. Definitely want to give his numbers. 317, 383 on base percentage, 26 home runs, 100 RBIs, and 142 games. Played some third base, played some right field, played some DH, moved around for the team. He did a great job. There's a fly ball in the center. That's hit pretty hard. And it's going to go dead center field. It's out of here. Home run for Melendez, puts Hanwha up 1-0. I'm going to bring up No's numbers on that regular season. You got to talk about those. 366 is the batting average, 433 on base percentage, 664 slugging, 36 home runs, 122 RBIs, and he played 116 games. So MVP type numbers put up by the third baseman. And he faces a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. They'll get him for his first strikeout. But Hanwha strikes first. Melendez, home run to dead center field, makes it 1-0. Rue will step out on the mound. Take a look at Rue's numbers for the season. 23 games, he was 8-9. Certainly deserved a better record than 8-9. Through 136 2/3 innings, just 37 walks, 104 strikeouts, 316 was the earned run average. He missed some time. 37-year-old left-hander, though, one of the top pitchers in the KBO. You also may know him from his time with the Dodgers, or I believe the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, the 0-1 pitch is popped up. Park behind the plate. He'll make the catch. That's your first out. Up Cho. Make Cho behind the plate today, not Park. And now Joe Harlan steps in. First baseman. Here's your 1-2 pitch. Ground ball shortstop. Ha up with it. Fire across. And there's 2 down here in the first. And here's your first pitch from Rue. Line drive back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So 2-out single. Bring up the catcher, Kang. One of the top, if not the top offensive catcher in the KBO. 281, 375 is his on base percentage, 15 home runs, 67 RBIs from behind the plate. And the 3-2 pitch from Rue. Misses away. Ball 4, so a 2-out, 2 base runner situation for Rue. He's got to work his way out of this. I'm going to bring up Lee, the third baseman. There's the 1-2. Got it looking on the outside corner. So Rue is through the first. Threw a changeup on the outside corner, 76 mile per hour on that one. And we'll go to the second, 1-0, Eagles on top. So In-Ho Che, the left fielder, step in. It'll be Che on and Che, the DH. And the 0-1 pitch lined in the right field. Caught. Routine play. That's one down. On steps in. First baseman. Disappointing season for him as well. Some other players we talked about earlier, just 244, 313 on base percentages, 5 home runs. Expected a little more out of him from batting average point of view. Hard ground ball, backhanded at short, throws him out. That's 2 down. Now Che back in the lineup, the DH. Back in after a fairly long injury, about a month and a half, I think, if I remember correctly. Pops him up on the first pitch. Right in front of the plate, the catcher makes the play. So we're going to the bottom of the second, still 1-0. We will face Kim, and Kim. Left fielder, center fielder, and DH. 6, 7, and 8. 2-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Kim looks at it. Curveball catches the plate at his knees. He's gone. 1 down. Now Kim, the center fielder, will step in. So 1-2 pitch from Rue.
Strike 3.
Got him looking. That looked like a fastball to me. Yep, fastball, 90 mile an hour. Outside corner. 2 away. And it'll bring up the DH. Batting 8th. Here's your 0-1 pitch from Rue. Ground ball. Up with it at shortstop. Throws across. He's out. 1-2-3 goes Samsung in the second. We're going to the third. It's 1-0. So Jung, the second baseman, now steps in. Jung ended the season 240 with a 356 on base percentage. Played 128 games, just 2 homers, 27 RBIs. He was hitting a $180 for about half the season. There he strikes out on a 2-2 pitch. But it was long considered inevitable that Moon was going to move from center field and take over second. And then Jung would be gone. But his second half performance has made that not necessarily seem like the best plan. Could happen, may happen. We'll have to see. There's a ground out. Che, the catcher, grounds out. That's 2 down. Flip the lineup now. Hot to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Shortstop has been one of the steadier players for the Eagles. Missed some time. There's a line drive in the center for a base hit. And Ha missed some time, you knew it. His presence in the field and at the plate was missed. And then I'll bring up Hyung Bin Moon. Moon just 20 years old. Just turned 20 this season. Playing center field. Trying to figure out if that's where he belongs long term. First pitch ground ball hit the first. He is out unassisted. And we go to the bottom of the third. Now, second baseman for the Lions, who will step to the plate. His first at bat of the ball game. He is 280, 366 on base percentage. So 85 games, solid season for him. 5 homers, 34 RBIs. So somewhat limited action. Solid numbers. We will face him. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, that's getting into the gap. That's going to get past the right fielder. Off the wall. It'll be picked up. Fired back in, but that's a stand-up double. Melendez moving back to right field after DHing and playing some third base at the end of the season. And we'll bring Kim up. No one out. Kim, the shortstop. 2-2 pitch from Rue, and he hit him in the back. 89 on a sinker, catches him in the back, puts 2 men on with nobody out. So Rue got some work to do here with Harlan at the plate. The first baseman 0 for 1. 1-1 pitch. That's going to drop in center field for a base hit. That'll wave a runner in. He'll score. Throw goes to the plate, but no chance. So 1-1 is the ball game now, tied up. Back up the middle, base hit. Center fielder Moon has it. That will bring the runner home. 2-1 ball game. I feel like the crowd noise is a little high, but we're just going to drive in. So now we got some trouble here. It's a 2-1 ball game. Kang at the plate, heart of the lineup. Nobody out. Gets him on a 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. There's your first out. Lee to the plate, third baseman. It's one of the toughest outs in this lineup. 2-2. Ground ball back up the middle. Hobb there. He'll flip the second. Oh, the first double play. Huge ground ball right there. Keeps it to 2 runs. Could have been a lot worse, but Samsung does take the lead, 2-1. So we go to the 4th. It'll be Melendez, No, and Che. Melendez homered in the first, giving the Eagles a 1-0 lead through the first 2 innings. Works a full count. Here's the pitch. Inside, he'll take the walk. One thing that Melendez has done really well is had patient at bats. Set up No for some of those bigger RBI ball games. And that brings No to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. 0-1 pitch, ground ball, past the third baseman and into left field. 2 men on now. And we'll bring the lefty Che to the plate. 2 men on, nobody out, so the Eagles have their own little threat going on here, down by a run. 3-1 pitch, that misses low. That'll load the bases. So the bottom of this lineup for the Eagles is going to be key, because you could see someone just trying to pitch around some of these guys like No and Che, working their way down. So on Che, the DH, Jung, these guys could be the key bats in this lineup. There's a line drive in the right field, a base hit. It's going to tie the ball game up. Throw coming to the plate, cut off. So 1-2 pitch, and takes it the other way. We are tied up at 2. Che, the DH to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. Bases loaded, still nobody out. Huge opportunity for the Eagles. Hard ground ball, third baseman. He'll come home. He'll get 1. So cut off the run at the plate. Ball was hit hard enough. I don't know if he had a double play. But he takes the run, which is probably the wise move anyway. That'll bring Jung to the plate now. Second baseman is 0 for 1 today. Infield is in. Little flare into the left field. It's going to drop in. That might score 2, and it does. Give Jung a double hit with a third run towards the plate. There will be no throw. So pitching change now. Goforth coming into the ball game. I believe Goforth was a starter most of the season. Let's take a look at that. Yep, he started 31 games. So interesting that they would bring him in this one. Although maybe they have someone else planned for game 2. If we get there. See his numbers there. 9-13, 4.21 ERA, and 31 starts. All right, so we got 4 runs in on the inning so far. 5-2 ball game. Che at the plate, and we have just 1 out. Jung is on second. A huge hit for the second baseman. Got Goforth in the ball game now. And there we go. Now we're ready to go. Goforth comes in and gets a strikeout on the 1-2 pitch. Jung's still standing on second, so there's another run out there. 5-2 ball game, though. Huge inning. 4 runs in. Hot to the plate. We flip the lineup over to the top of the lineup. He's 1 for 2. There's a high fly ball hit deep to center field. That's got a chance to get out of here, and it is gone. Home run for Joe Suha, the shortstop. We've been singing his praises all season about how important he is to this team, and he's just hit the biggest home run of the season for the Eagles, and that's with a guy that's got like 36 of them, 4 in one game, but that's the biggest one right there. 7-2 makes this a 5-run game. 6 runs in the 4th. Moon steps up now with 2 outs. There's a ground ball to second. Slow roller. He'll go to first. He's got him. Harlan makes the catch, and they have the out. So, 6 runs in the inning. 7 runs on 6 hits in the game. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's now 7-2 ball game. Rue comes out. He's 3 innings into this thing. He's given up 4 hits, 2 earned runs so far. If he could settle in, this would be a huge win for the Eagles and bring a game 2. Line drive to no, he's got it. There's 1 down. Kim, the center fielder, steps up. He's 0 for 1, the 0-2 pitch. Line drive in the center. Moon drifts under and makes the catch. That's 2 down. There we go. Kim, the DH, is 0 for 1. And the 1-2 pitch from Rue gets him. Tried to check, but he couldn't. Strikeout number 5 for Rue. The Lions go 1-2-3. We're going to the 5th. Now heart of the lineup up again. Melendez, No, and Che. Melendez 1 for 1. He walked his last time up. He homered his first time up. Goforth will throw the 2-1. Ground ball to first base. Unassisted by Harlan. That's 1 down. So game 1 of the KBO Playoffs. Hanwha, the 5th seed, beating the 4th seed 7-2 right now. With 1 out here in the 5th inning. No to the plate. Line drive in the center, sinking but caught. Shallow center. Kim makes a nice grab. 2 down. And In-Ho Che now will step in. He is 0 for 1. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Eagles go down in order in the 5th. They lead 7-2. Now Rue takes the mound for the bottom of the 5th. Who will face Rue? The second baseman is 1 for 1. And here's your 1-2 pitch. Pitch on the inside corner. Got him with a sinker. 1 down. Kim, the shortstop, now will step in. He is 0 for 1. Line drive, or 1-hop ground ball, excuse me. Second baseman Jung handles it, throws Kim out. That's 2 down. And Joe Harlan steps up to the plate. Harlan is 1 for 2. He's driven in a run. Line drive to right field. That's going to get down into the corner. Melendez will give chase and come up with it. Get it back into the infield, but Harlan's got himself a 2-out double. Now Rue will have to face Ko and Kang, the right fielder and the catcher. 2 really tough outs. Here's 3-2. Inside missed. So walked him. Kang now steps up to the plate. A ton of power from this guy. This catcher can really drive the ball. 2 men on, 2 outs. Here's your 0-2. Off-speed pitch. He lifts it into right field. Melendez is under it, makes the catch. We are through 5. That's a big out. 7-2, Eagles in front. I think that last out was huge. All right, so An, Che, and Jung. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Eagles here at the top of the 6th. Goforth in his 3rd inning of relief, I believe. There's a fly ball into left field. Should be a routine play for the left fielder. And is. That's 1 down. Che steps in now. Missed a lot of time at the end of the season. Back just in time for the playoffs. Here's your 2-2. Swung on and missed. He'll have a seat, and that's 2 down. Jung to the plate. Jung delivered a big hit. Bases loaded double that cleared the bases. And here's your 0-2. Ground ball, second base has it. Throws him out. So 1-2-3 now. Goforth settles in, puts up 2 zeros, 1 in the 6th, or 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Ree's got 5 in the books. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Sitting at 86 pitches. Glad I took a look at that. And let's get some folks throwing. We're getting Kim, the lefty, and we'll have to go with one of the Hans. As the right-hander, because it's still the 6th. Not quite deep enough into this ball game to go to back-end guys just yet. Hopefully Rue can get us through the 6th and we're not worried about it. But 86 pitches. 3-1 pitch, line drive into right. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So a leadoff single. Now we'll get into the Kims here. Left fielder Young Jun Kim is 0 for 2 today. Ground ball shortstop, hot up with it, flipped the second, no relay. Looked like they had time. I'm not sure why they didn't make the throw, but they didn't, so they'll get the lead out. 1 away. Sung Yoon Kim, center fielder, 0 for 2 as well. And the 1-0 from Rue, ground ball, no has it. He'll go to second for 1, no relay again. But they'll get the lead runner, so that's 2 outs. And now Kim, the DH, is also 0 for 2. He's sitting at 95 pitches now. There's the 1-0 line drive. Well, one hopper to shortstop, flip to second. And that's it. Get a leadoff base runner. Lions can't do anything else after that. Rue threw 6. That's probably it for him. Now that we're into the 7th, we want to save Jung for a little later. Joe's at 96. He can certainly pitch. Kim available. There are a lot of lefties in this lineup, though. We got, what, 5 lefties, 4 righties. So we may actually try to stay away from Park today. So we may go Han and Kim again at the end of this inning, get them ready for the next inning. All right, so Che, catcher, will lead things off. He's 0 for 2. Facing Goforth. Goforth's been out there for a while. It's a line drive into the left or right field gap, but caught up to it quickly. The right fielder has it. That's 1 away. Top of the lineup, Haas steps in now. 2 hits in this ball game. The ground ball hit the second. He's out. 2-2 pitch. And now Moon to the plate. He's 0 for 3. I'd like to get in on this. Pop up in the center field. That should be a routine play and is. That'll do it for Hanwha. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. 7-2 Hanwha on top. So KBO Playoff baseball. Eagles up 7-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Rue is still out there. I think we're gonna let him start the inning. I may regret this. We'll see. But let's let him. 2 lefties here. Let's see if he can't get these guys. Line drive into center field. Moon camps under, makes the catch. There's 1 away. Top of the lineup, the shortstop. Kim will step in. He is 0 for 2. 3-2 pitch from Rue. Got him on the outside corner. 7th strikeout for Rue. 2 down here in the 7th. I think that's going to do it. We'll get him to 105 pitches. Right-hander to the plate. So we'll go to Han. 2 outs in the 7th. Great start by Rue, number 1 pitcher in our rotation, coming through in our first playoff game. And here's your 1-2 pitch from Han. Han's a 3.38 ERA, 3-3 on the season. Fly ball in on the fist, but it's carrying back and off the wall. I thought he was going to catch that, but Melendez couldn't get it. Bangs off the fence, so Han gives up a 1-2 double. Harlan's got his 2nd double of the game, actually. Going to bring up Ko. The right fielder's 2 for 2, and he's driven in a run already. Leave Han in the ball game. 3-1 pitch. Misses. Puts 2 men on. bring Kang and Lee. We've got Kim ready for that next batch of lefties. Let's see what Han can do here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, 2 men on. 2-2 pitch. Line drive into left, sinking fast. That's going to drop in front. That'll score a run. Well, that's a strong throw. Strong throw off screen. 7-3 is the ball game. It's an important run for Samsung right there. Get some life going. Han's got to get this out. So lead to the plate, 1 for 3. It's the pitch from Han. Ground ball, shortstop. Oh no, Ha cannot handle it. That was the end of the inning right there. And Ha boots it. That'll do it for Han. We'll go to Kim, the lefty. But we will also get Wang Jung Kim, warming up in the pen. We were saving him for the 8th. But we may need him in this inning. 4-run lead. Tying run is at the plate now. Kim steps in as 0 for 3. He will face Kim. Kim comes in. Very successful regular season. 0.76 ERA in 43 games, 23 2/3 innings pitched. Did our best to put him in his best matchups. He's done a great job. And here's 2-2. Line drive into left, drifting over, making the catch. Shea to end the inning. Samsung gets a run. Lions creep a little closer. 7-3 as we go to the 8th. So now we're in Jung and Kim territory. Joe available for the 9th. So Melendez, No, and Che. Go for 3 2/3. Just 1 hit, an earned run, 3 strikeouts. Done a good job of putting up zeros to allow Samsung to maybe climb back into this thing. Strikes out Melendez. That's the first out. No steps in. He's 1 for 3 today. I almost said just 1 for 3. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive in the center. There's your second hit of the ball game for No. Little blooper in the center. It's a 1-out single. Che to the plate. Che hit .347 in the regular season and a 401 on base percentage. 1-0 to him. Skips away. No will move up to second. So put him in scoring position. 1 out. Oh, they're going to put him on. They put Che on now with the open base. And on to the plate. The first baseman is 1 for 3 with an RBI today. 1-1 from Goforth. Ground ball. It's slow. Back to the mound. Fire to second. Gets the lead runner, but that's all they'll get. So runners on the corners now with 2 outs. And Unsung Che steps to the plate. Let's get Kim, the right-hander. Make sure he's ready. And here we go. It's Goforth. 1-0 to Kim. Kim hits it hard, but that's going to be caught in left field. Hit it on the nose, but left fielder was there. So Hanwha cannot push anything across in the 8th. 7-3 going to the bottom of the 8th. So Kim does his job, gets that 1 out. Jung will now take over here in the 8th. 3 of the next 4 batters lefties. So we'll go to Jung. Kim is ready in case we need a right-hander. And here's your 1-1 from Jung. 3.48 was the earned run average in the regular season. So a fly ball into the gap and left on the run. He can't catch it. One hopping off the fence. That's going to be a leadoff double. Che couldn't run it down. And that'll bring up Kim. The DH is 0 for 3 today. 1-0 from Jung. Ground ball shortstop. Haas up with it. Has that one. Throws him out. Boy, if that inning had gone the other way after Haas' error, he went from having the biggest hit of the Eagles season to making an error that maybe opened the door. But they did get out of the inning. That ball skips away. That run will come in. So now it's 7-4. Lions chipping away. Here's your 2-1 to Rue. Ground ball, up with it. First baseman takes it unassisted on, makes the play. That's 2 down. Now Kim, the shortstop, 0 for 3, leading things off in the batting order. Face Jung. Solid contact to center field. Moon drifts back, has the play all the way. And that is your 8th inning. So we're gone to the 9th. It's 7-4. Samsung chipping away. So Jung, Che, and Ha. So we'll go 8, 9, and 1 in the top of the 9th. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the 9th. Joe is throwing. Again, this is game 1 of the first round of the KBO Playoffs, a wild card round. Hanwha needs to win to stay alive. A win by Samsung and it's over. Line drive grabbed at first base. Harlan has himself a multi-hit night and a nice grab there in the field. 1 away, brings up Che. The catcher is 0 for 3. 2-1 pitch. Hard ground ball, but grabbed at second base. Nice play. Gets Che by plenty of time. Ball's hit hard. So 2 outs now. Goforth has been out there for 5 1/3. Put up a lot of zeros. Did give up an earned run, but zeros after that. Ha to the plate. He is 2 for 4. The home run. He's driven in 2 RBIs. He steps up 2-2. 2 out. Top of the 9th. Ground ball. Fielded at first. They'll flip the covering pitcher and they'll get the play to end the inning. So we're gone to the bottom of the 9th. 7-4 Eagles. Joe, the closer, comes into the ball game. He'll face Joe Harlan. Koo and Kang, 2, 3, and 4. Harlan's got a 3-hit night. He had 2 doubles and I believe a single. He'll be the first to face Joe. Here's your 1-0. He'll pop up. Back of second base. Looks like the shortstop calling it. Haas under it, makes the catch. That's 1 down. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Ko to the plate. The right fielder is 2 for 2 with an RBI. Pitch from Joe. Hard line drive into right field. That's going to get into the corner. Bounce off the fence. Melendez will get it back in quick. But a 1-out double. Samsung's got a base runner. Joe now will face Kang. Kang 1 for 3. He's driven in a run as well. There's the 1-1 in on his fist. Fly ball in the center field. Moon should have it measured. Makes the catch. Fire it back in. The runner won't attempt an advance. So that's 2 outs here in the bottom. Lee steps in. Lee is 1 for 4. Third baseman ready for the 1-1 pitch. Little pop-up in the infield. Over is the catcher, Che, and the first baseman takes it, and that ends the ball game. So the Eagles scrape their way into the playoffs. They will win Game 1 of the wild card series, which means that the series will continue, and we will play a deciding game coming up, but unfortunately not today. All right, so that evens the series. Well, technically it does even the series at 1 because, as we said, Samsung comes into this thing with 1 in their pocket. Hanwha wins this one 7-4. Huge breakout in the 4th inning to put up 6 runs. 2 for 5 night for the shortstop Ha. He had that big home run that made it 7-2. Melendez just 1 hit, but he drove in a run. He scored twice, walked once. So he had a productive night. No was 2 for 4. Didn't knock in any runs, but he was on base. And let's see who else. Jung, bases clearing double in that 4th inning. Drove in 3 of the 6 runs the Eagles scored in that inning. So 7 runs on 7 hits. Strong offensive performance for them. Harlan and Co. both had 3 hits, 3 for 5 and 3 for 3. That was 6 of the 10 hits that Samsung managed in that ball game. Looking at the pitching, Rue pitched well. He does pick up the win. 6 2/3, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. And let's see, Han came in, failed to get anyone out. Kim came in, ended that. Jung works the 8th. He gave up a run. And Joe works, I was going to say 1, 2, 3, but he did give up that double. But gives up the hit, but gets the save. So Hyunjin Ryu is the player of the game. 13,491 in attendance for this wild card game. And again, we kept foreshadowing attendance numbers. And there's a reason we were talking about that. And I think that's what we'll wrap up with here. I was planning on saving this, thinking that this might actually be an end of series stream for the Eagles, because it was not looking good, but we did scrape our way into the playoffs. Let's leave this game. We just scraped our way in, beat the Landers by a game and a half. So now we're sitting even at 1-1. So the next game will decide whether we go home or we play the Dinos. And the Dinos are tough. I'm sure we have a terrible head-to-head record against the Dinos because they've really played us hard, but not there yet. We'll see what happens with Samsung. So what may happen with this series? Obviously, if we win the next game, we continue our playoff coverage and we ride this thing out to see where it goes. Now, normally we do Tuesday streams for out of the park baseball. It's just been how we've been doing it. Tuesday afternoon, 1:30 is our baseball streams out of the park. It used to be the Phillies, now it's the Eagles. If that continues, I don't know, but I don't want to wait a week to finish this series. So we're probably going to finish this series up for the YouTube series. So go to the Judge Metal YouTube site. Just go on YouTube and search Judge Metal or JudgemetalTV, and our site should come up. You'll see our series with the Eagles. You'll see our F1 Formula One series, the Judge Metal Racing Team, very original name, and some other things up there that we're working on. Oh, thanks for the follow, Jeff the Jar. Appreciate you. Because follows really help us out, because obviously you can see the number that we got. We don't have a ton of followers. We're just trying to build this thing. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't want to wait a week to finish this thing. Thanksgiving's coming up. So what will probably happen is we'll either do an unscheduled live stream and play out the playoffs, or maybe we'll just record it and put it up as a YouTube series. So go there and check it out if you want to see how this thing shakes out. But I'll be honest with you, surprised me a little bit. I didn't think we were going to squeak in, but we did. We got in and we win the first game. Rue's our best pitcher. I sure wish we could go to Castaneda, but I don't think that's going to happen now. He's still too tired. Even after a day, he'll still be too tired. So we're going to go to Vera. Vera's pitched some really good games for us this year, and as a matter of fact, his last start was 6 1/3 shutout innings. So, but you see there, he did lose quite a few decisions in a row. So the end of his season was rough. So hopefully he's back to form. When this series, whenever this season ends, whenever that is, if it's after next game or if we continue our run in the playoffs, one of the things I talked about in the past doing was, in real life, IRL, as the kids say, Hanwha has the oldest and I believe the smallest stadium in the KBO. Now they are actually making a new stadium for this team, and it should be open next year if I've done my research correctly. I thought it might be fun that if we finish this season up and we want to continue into a season 2, we could get into the stadium designer and build a stadium and make it a little bigger, make a cool stadium for them. Played around with some design ideas and things like that. I just thought it'd be fun to create a stadium and then play in the stadium that we created. But it's honestly only worth doing that if giving the increased seats in the new stadium, if we can increase our revenue by increasing the interest in our team. Now, one of the things that scares me about that is if you go, we're already on the screen. If you look at LG, where was it? Darn it. See, I looked this up earlier. I think it's front office. Well, here, darn it. Now I can't find the attendance numbers. But the long story short was that even LG, a team that is the top team in the league, they don't really sell their stadium out. It seems like the KBO has maybe a top end on attendance for some of these teams. So we had like 12,000 for that playoff game. Now, if that had been in Hanwha, that would have been a problem because our capacity is only 10,500. So actually, maybe now that I'm walking this through in my brain, maybe this is actually a good idea to do this, because if we do have success and get into the playoffs, our attendance could potentially go above, because we never get above like 7,000 some in attendance. And I thought if we already have a 10,500 seat stadium, we build a new one with say 15 or 20,000 seats. It doesn't matter because we're not going to fill them, even if we crank up the interest, because LG is one of the teams with the highest interest in the league, and their attendance. I wish I could remember what screen that was. Oh, it's in the information. Here we go. So their stadium seats 27,000. If you go to their front office, oh man, it says somewhere on the screen, it says it, and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, here we go, right here at the bottom. Attendance chart. regular season, they didn't go above 15. Now, maybe in the playoffs, maybe that does. And you see they have a huge market size, extreme fan loyalty, 90% fan interest. So you look at ours, our attendance per game is up to 6,303. So I was thinking, what would be the point to making a new stadium and putting more seats if no fans are going to sit in it? But thinking it through, if we do continue and we do make the playoffs, not only will our fan interest rise, but perhaps those playoff attendance numbers will get up into the mid, like 13, 14, 15,000. So maybe it would be worthwhile to do that. Maybe I'll stop talking myself out of it. But that would be after the season ends. And it also is going to hinge on how long does it take some players to develop, because there's not a lot of players that you can bring. I mean, actually, I shouldn't say it that way. There's pretty extensive free agent list that's available. If you're looking here, like all of these folks are potential players to sign, right? And these are like borderline, middle, like AA level kind of guys who maybe are getting a little older and are looking to continue. Like here's a guy like, I don't know if Keuchel would really sign, but these are his numbers relative to the KBO. If you go back to the majors, you'll look and you'll see that this guy is on his way out of Major League Baseball. Maybe he goes to the KBO to extend, right? But we want to stay faithful to the idea that the KBO is a Korean baseball organization. So we are limiting ourselves to 3 foreign-born players on our roster. Now, we do have 3 currently, but like a player like Melendez, who's been great, but you look at someone like Jake here. Now, Jake would be a really fine center fielder, bring a really nice bat to our team. I don't know if he would really sign with us or not. It's just potential thinking for continuing the series, but that would be a way to make the team better. And when Melendez, who's been great, but the guy plays corner outfield and DH, well, corner outfield and DH is an easier position to fill than an outstanding defensive center fielder who would be one of your better bats, right? So that's the thing that we're looking at post playoffs now. And I really thought that would be how this stream was ending, us talking about this and making these decisions, but the team surprised me. And we picked up some wins at the end of the season and we snuck in to the playoffs, and now we've won a game. So that's for the future. But that's where this stream may or may not go. We just want to see if I don't want to roll the same team out next year and just do everything the same. Like I want to make sure that there's a reason to do a second season. Now a new stadium and an improved team that can maybe climb up and compete with the LGs and the Kias and the Dinos, that would be a reason to continue. If we could find an interesting player like Jake there to bring in and say, okay, so now we've got our foreign-born guy Jake, who's going to take the 3rd spot here. We got a 20-year-old Hyunbin Moon, maybe moving to second base to clear center field for him, and then we've got our potential MVP from this year. Like there's some cool storylines there that we could play through. Vera, we'll see how he does in this playoff game. He's 34. There's some other guys that are available out there, but I still think our bullpen's thin anyway. And also we got to see how Moon develops. So there's stories here, that reasons to continue into a second season. If that's right away or we take a break, I don't know. But anyway, just sharing what the inner monologue that goes through my head with this series. And yeah, it's a great game. I love playing it, love sharing it, and seeing if we can't have some fun here and see how far we can take the Eagles. So anyway, all right, thank you for hanging out. We're going to call the baseball coverage right here, but appreciate everyone that's tuned in today and hung out with us.